Hello everyone, thanks for being here. I'm Aiden. Today we're going to talk about a South Korean independent film that was released in 2023. The title of the film is The Origin of Miracles. This year, a book has been released with the same title as the film, and it includes English translations. With me, I have the director of the film, Paul Kwan. Let's ask some questions. Hi.
Hello, thanks for having me for the show.
First, I just want to say congratulations on your film and your book.
Thank you.
We've heard that your film was screened in more than 140 cinemas in Korea, and at some cinemas it ran for 8 months. That's rather unusual for an independent film, isn't it?
Yes, you're right.
Can you tell us a little bit about your film?
Sure, the film is about the first president of South Korea, Suman Lee. He founded the Republic of Korea. The young generation of today do not know about him too well, and sadly, sometimes they often think he was a bad man, which is not true. In my film, I talk about what he had done for the country and contributed to the Republic of Korea.
I see, yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about his contribution to the country?
Yes, sure. He fought for Korea's independence during the Japanese colonial period. He insisted on building the Republic of Korea as a free, democratic country. At that time, people did not know about communism too well. Even America thought communists were okay, since they teamed up to fight against Nazis during the World War II. So knowing what communism really was a big deal at that time. He led the Korean War to victory. A lot of people think Korean War ended in a draw, but it's not true. The Republic of Korea had won the war for many reasons. And during the Korean War, Japan tried to invade Dokdo. Dokdo is an island located in the eastern end of Korea. He protected Dokdo in times of its danger. Korea had become a totally different and developed country because of him. President Lee insisted on developing the country's heavy industries, dealing with steels. He introduced nuclear power plants. Before him, Korea's illiteracy rate was 80%. He dropped it down to 20%. So for many reasons, we owe him a lot for what Korea has become today. I think he was the origin of miracles, so I had it as the title of the film.
Okay, so we know that President Lee was responsible for the alliance between the US and Korea.
Yes.
Could you share some of your thoughts on that?
Yes. I think it was a very smart thing to do. If I were him at the time, I would have done the same. Throughout Korean history, Korea was invaded by surrounding superpowers, such as China, Russia, Japan, and Mongolia. They have something in common. They stole our land, property, and women. And when you look at America, America didn't do such things to Korea. So if you were Korean, and if you had to choose a friend, who would you choose? I would choose USA for sure. It was essential for us at that time to make friends with a strong country, and our best choice would have been USA. So that is what it did.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think you're a good example of ROK-US alliance. You married a Korean, didn't you?
Yes, yes, I did. It seems that you focused a lot on historical films, including documentaries. What is your reason behind that?
Well, you need relatively low budget to make documentary films. And sometimes I noticed that some witnesses of some events were getting too old. So I had to record while they were still fit.
I heard that you have some real experience with civil war in a few different countries. Can you share some stories about it and perhaps if it affected your films?
I guess so. I experienced civil wars in 3 different countries. First, I experienced it in Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands is located near Australia. There, I experienced a lot of riots and civil war. So often, I saw houses burnt down and people were getting robbed, and we had to hide from time to time. And second country I experienced civil war was in East Timor. When I did my compulsory military service in Korea, I volunteered to go to East Timor as a UN peacekeeping force. And there, some people supported for independence from Indonesia, and some people wanted to stay under Indonesia. So they had civil war there and a lot of slaughter. Some people had their limbs mutilated, and they had some crisis. Mm-hmm. So we were there as UNPKF, which is short for Peacekeeping Force. Mm-hmm. And third country I experienced civil war was in Nepal. I didn't confront Maoists. They were anti-government rebels who followed Mao of China, Mao Zedong in China. Mm-hmm. And then I had to move from Pokhara, as a small town, to the capital, Kathmandu, but then they blocked roads. Yeah, so I had to catch a small plane to fly, fly over to Kathmandu.
So you included those stories in your new book too. It'll be an interesting read, and perhaps it will be good for students and even foreigners to look at Korean history through this perspective,
yes,
along with the normal curriculum.
Yes, yes.
Do you have any plans for your next film project?
Yes, I'm making a film about a military general in Korea. He gained 4 stars for the first time as Korean general. And there are also a lot of amazing stories about him. And I will introduce some unknown history about the Korean War.
Well, all the best of luck with your film and your book.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Paul's new book about President Suman Lee is available through Kyobo Bookstore and online at Aladdin. Well then, it's time to say goodbye. Take care, everyone.